So, Christy, there's some interesting things that you're seeing in the offers that buyers are submitting to your sellers. What does that mean? Talk about clauses, maybe.
Oh my goodness. So spring is a really interesting market.
Yeah.
But this year we have a dichotomy going, meaning we're having two things. We're having houses getting multiple offers, which we've all heard about, and people are doing really crazy things at offering more, escalating their price, all of that. And also we have houses that are sitting on the market. And which one do you think sits and which one do you think goes into escalation?
Well, normally I would think the higher ticket houses would sit for a while because people don't have enough money. Maybe they're very picky. And then maybe the mid-tier to lower tier are selling like hotcakes. Is that the case?
See, that's the thing. That's exactly what you would be thinking right
Yeah.
now. Totally. And that's what we've always seen in a typical market is we've either seen houses that are high priced sit for longer.
Yeah.
And then we have this bigger pool of people, all these people who want to buy a house, and they're like jumping on it like little fish trying to eat the food, like when you go to those koi ponds. Yeah. Anyhow, so that's how I always visualize that. But actually, it's the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Houses that are kind of a little above the first-time homeowners, but not quite going to the really expensive homes, those homes are sitting longer because people have good equity.
Yeah.
They need to sell to upgrade, and it's a little bit expensive for the first-time home buyer, and so they're just sitting there.
Interesting.
Yeah, so what we're seeing is people are accepting offers, which is called active with the time clause. So if you have a contingency, hey, I need to sell my house, and then you're like trying to buy another home, those a lot of times will get accepted, and it's called active with the time clause, meaning you've probably heard this word bump clause, right?
Yeah, I did.
Let's bump you out.
Mhm.
So it's a hard one, but it gets people motivated. And if you have a good agent who can protect you, make sure they're protecting your earnest money. Make sure if you're having to do inspections while you're trying to sell your home, but you're not sure you're going to get bumped or not.
Making sure your house doesn't sit on the market for 8 months.
Exactly. Making sure you can get your money back if you need to pull out. So you need to have a good agent that kind of knows how to do active with the time clause. Then the other dichotomy is those bigger homes. We're seeing the homes that are like right around 800,000 to $1 million plus.
Okay.
They're going like this.
Interesting.
I know, I was surprised. And we're getting multiple offers and people are asking, but those are the people who have money.
So do you see any special kind of clauses, any points in those offers that you see for those kinds of tiers of houses?
I love a good escalation clause. That's what we call it. So it's like eBay, right? Where you put an offer in and then you say, okay, I'm not going to pay over this ceiling amount, and I'm going to go $5,000 above the highest offer up to this amount.
Sure.
And then if you hit that ceiling and somebody bids higher, great. You can have that house. I don't want to pay that much.
Okay.
But if you do it, and what's great about it is you can't always know what other people are offering. And so, oh, this person offered this and you offered this, but you're willing to bump to here. And now if they're not going to go any higher, you get it. And so it's really cool.
Isn't it also a way to ensure, hey, somebody's telling you you're in a multiple offer situation? Isn't that one way to prove that they have actually multiple offers?
Yes, because they have to show you that there's another offer and that it is going to escalate for that. So they have to show proof of that. Also, one of my I shouldn't probably tell all my secrets, but one of my best secrets is a lot of times if you escalate too high, they worry about it appraising. And then you've got this big appraisal gap. And not everybody has the cash for that appraisal, right?
You got to come up with the difference between the appraisal and the offer.
Exactly. And so when you have that appraisal gap, what I'll do is I'll see how much my client's willing to pay above appraisal, and I'll offer a limited appraisal gap saying, okay, we're going to offer $500,000. We could escalate to $550,000. And if it doesn't appraise, we agree to pay you $5,000 above appraisal or appraisal, whichever is the less.
So you combine that appraisal gap, stopgap, with an escalation clause. That is true mastery.
And that is unstoppable.
Yeah, I love it.
You've got to have a good agent who knows what they're doing and how to protect my clients, because we've been having some disputes with earnest money, and we've been getting the earnest money back for our clients.
Yeah.
So it's really important to have a good agent, and then a good lender who knows how to make sure everything works out the way it needs to so we can get to the home sale.
Of course. Yep. And that actually dovetails into the bridge loans, which we talked about last week, which talks about the active, the TC, all that kind of stuff. So
It's
it all
true.
works together.
Oh my gosh, that's a good point. We can get it all to work together, getting the bridge loan, because that's a way to have the cash to escalate and do
Yep.
the different things. Like, it's so amazing. So having a good lender, having a good agent, being creative, that's how we look at this dichotomy that's in our market right now. So that's just a really fun way to look at the market and what's happening. And I feel like so much we're hearing about different ways people are, what's going on in the market, but I don't think they're looking at the different ways they can take advantage of this market.
Yeah, which is why you need experts in your corner.
Yep. So give us a call.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.